Hey, welcome back everyone. Thank you for visiting me and doing another video with me. It's April 25th and I am here. I have an infected eye, so pardon me if I try to shadow it. It's really painful. Hopefully it goes away soon. Okay, so here we are. The Spirit keeps telling me I need to do these videos. So I've done a meditation. I've secured my channel. And now I would just go ahead and like to ask my higher to come in and guide me on the next video. Hello, yes. It shall serve you well to calm for Brandon Vigos. Okay, thank you, higher. Okay, this one is a little bit unexpected because I've almost been ducking this kid since I got this ability. I'm kidding. I knew this was coming, is what I'm saying. Okay, so brief history. Brandon Vigos was the class clown. He was the nerd in elementary and junior high. He was the one that when the dance was coming and nobody said yes. He was the loner. Brandon Vigos was my best friend. I loved Brandon. Brandon tragically died our first weekend in high school. We had been friends for 2 years. We hung out a lot. Like, I would take the bus home with him because we took separate buses. I'd take him. I'd go home with him on his bus. So we'd hang out. We watch Days of Our Lives and just talk about everything. I can do this. Thank you. I'm just gonna trust that. I'm gonna trust the process. And hi, Brandon. First, my disclaimer, Brandon. I have to say that this is for entertainment purposes only. I am not claiming that anything here is fact. I have to stop for a second. I want my viewers to know my intention is not self-serving. It's not self-serving. My intentions, the magic in my motive, is to bring forward Spirit in a healing way for I didn't expect this. My intentions are to bring loved ones and spirit together for healing and understanding. I'm not trying to make this about me. Obviously, I don't know. Obviously, Brandon needs to be here. And so do you, to watch and listen to what Brandon has to say, because I know my higher wouldn't make this all about me. So, let me remove myself out of the equation and bring Brandon Vigos forward. Hi, Brandon. Andrew, I miss you so much. I can't take my eyes off you. I feel your heart all the time. You're as cool as you ever were. Those bright lights on your face right now don't change you. Andrea, soften up on yourself a little bit. Okay? Because I got a lot to say. Okay. Andrea, the night I died, I wanted you to love me the way we all want to be loved when we get older. I wanted you to see me as the guy, the man who would always be there for you. Your eyes, your sassy style, your very spirit puts my heart to such rest, knowing that people like you exist. We were best friends. We traded notes in between classes. I remember one note I told you to take those dangly things off your arm. I had seen them in passing to at the last class that we had where we didn't see each other, but I saw your take the dangly things off. You were so affected by that. Like, really, Brandon? Like, do they look that bad? Andy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I died when I left your house. I'm sorry I didn't make it home alive. I'm sorry you faced my death so alone. You're calling Quinn that morning. Your hand was sealed to the phone. And Quinn couldn't tell you that I was dead. He just said that he thinks that Brandon was hit by a car and left in a ditch somewhere. Andrea, it was raining that morning. Your dad finally peeled the phone off of your hand. And you went out the front door, barefoot, in your pajamas. And you walked down the gravel driveway and turned left on the gravel road. And you walked, looking for me. And you walked all the way down to the end of your road, which was a mile. And you turned right. And you kept walking, and you kept looking, and you started to cry because you knew in your heart of hearts that by the time you got to the corner of my house, you knew that I wasn't in the ditch, that it had already come to pass. And you cried, so afraid that to get home to find out that So afraid to get home to find out that oh, that I was dead. Andy, you knew me, but you didn't know my heart. I wasn't saying to the depths of what I felt for you. I just knew that I wanted you with me. Your light, your smile, your soft heart. You were gentle and kind. You were not like other girls. It's what made you stand out. Not because you hung out with me, Andrea. Just looking at you within a crowd when you didn't know anybody was looking, you stood out. He says, I'm sorry, Brandon. I don't want to state that because it's not clear. I have regrets about how many people hurt when I lost my life. We had just talked that night, that just before I left your place, what we wanted for our future. I had a future. Remember, we were laying on your brother's bed on our backs, and we had our bare feet up against his blue wall, and you could see the dirt from everybody that had done that, like feet. It was. Do you remember what we talked about, Andrea? Yeah, Brandon. Andrea, tell me, what did we talk about? Brandon, we talked about what we would want if we died. First we started talking about how when you were going to turn 18, you were going to come into an extreme amount of money, and that you didn't care if you ever had $1 as long as you knew love. You just wanted love. I'll never forget you saying, I'd rather live in a cardboard box with somebody that I love than all the money in the world and be with somebody that I know. And then, go ahead, Brandon, you finish. Andy, we quickly went to another subject of what we would want for our loved ones once we died. I do remember, Brendan, yeah. I need to take a second. Ooh. Andrea, you stated that you felt that once you died, you could see upon everyone, you could visit and float around and be with everyone, and all you wanted to do was see them happy. When they remembered you, you didn't want to see them cry. Remember that? Well, you were right. We do float around. We do see our loved ones. And we do watch them cry. And it's painful for them. Andrea, my dying was the first stage of the set. Was the first stage set of your life. What do you mean by that, Brandon? Andrea, my death was your first trauma. And traumatic it was. I know. I know how your heart felt going to my funeral. Feeling like a complete stranger amongst half of the high school. My family had already been the front of the line. There were so many people you didn't know where you were. You felt like a stranger at your best friend's goodbye party. I saw you watching the popular girls who never ever gave me the time of day. All dressed in black and their mascara dripping and crying and hugging each other. A big display of phoniness. I watched you watch them. You were prettier than any of them. Sitting there in that blue sweater you hated with the ceramic roses on it. But you wore it because it was the most respectful thing you could do. Okay, I'm going to time out. I need to let you guys know that I'm crying because I'm feeling the emotion and the memories. Brandon's not crying. My friend is not crying. Okay? And I'm going to stay with this because there's a reason for this. The spirit does not mess around. There's growth for anyone watching, and there's growth for me. There's something amazing from this, I know. Okay, Brandon. He says, through that tear, the colors of your eyes look like my mechanical pencils. They always come to your mind when you think of me or see one. Okay, he says, Andrea, my message for you is to always be yourself. Keep being you. As many people throughout your life that have told you that you're not of value enough to amount to anything. All those people, they don't know shit. I want you to win so bad. I am just so tired of seeing you lose, Andrea. I am your best friend too. You've been a best friend to many since me, but they haven't been a best friend to you. I am your best friend also. You never wasted a minute of my time. I I saw the glory in you. I felt glory in you when I was with you. I just kept telling myself, Brandon, just wait till you're a little older and you grow a little bigger and you're a little stronger. She'll see you in a different kind of light. Keep being with her. Be her best friend. Better to have her as a friend than not at all. Brandon, I didn't know you felt that way about me. He says you felt outcast after my death because there was not another black sheep for you to play with. You roamed like you roamed through your life like you roamed down to my house in the rain that morning. You allow the rocks to hurt your feet, the glass to cut them, the rain to wet your clothes and your head and your face. You allowed the pain of the journey, just the cold of it all. Andrea, if I could take back one thing, it would be that you did that. And you walked out the door that morning with no concern for yourself whatsoever. You didn't even put slippers on. You didn't care. You cared more for me. Andrea, that was the hardest thing for me, was watching you do that walk. You didn't think about yourself not one time, and you walked 2, 3, 4, 5 miles in the rain, barefoot, in thin pajamas. Andrea, that was the catalyst moment. This is so hard. Spirits tell me to keep going. Brandon, it's 23 minutes. Andy, I'm sorry I hurt you the way I did. I'm sorry that your heart felt more for me than it felt for yourself. I'm sorry for all the run-on sentences. Me not putting commas there so you didn't realize it was a run-on sentence. Oh, me putting my little commas there. Oh, that's right. He would do really long and always put a comma but not a period. I remember that, Brand. Andrea, I'll tell you about your aura, what color it is. For your viewers, The evening that I passed, I rode Andrea home on my handlebars of my bike. And we would get to these like low hills, but they were hills enough. And we were talking about auras and how some of the friends of ours how everybody just likes them, and they just kind of stand out, and I was like, and I told you, Andrea, I told you, oh, it's BJ has a blue aura. Like, what's that? And the energy field around a person, it will attract or distract people. And then I asked him, I remember we were hitting the second hill. This would be the last hill before my house, and he was really breathing hard and strong though. And I asked him, and what color is Quinn? Because it was me, BJ, Brandon, and Quinn. Quinn and Brandon were like the best guy friends. BJ and Quinn were like the best guy friends, and me and Brandon were like, but we were all tight. We were all so tight. I asked him what color Quinn's aura was. He said it was like a yellow, an orange to a yellow. It was like a burnt orange that bled a lighter yellow. It was really pretty, and that just so made sense. It just so felt like Quinn. So then I was like, Brandon, what color is my aura? Andrea, you'd be well to let me tell the story. Sorry. Andrea, we were on the last hill. You did ask me about Quinn's aura. I did tell you it was orange yellow. But when you asked me what color your aura was, I was really focused on getting you to the top of the hill without having to get down to walk the bike up. I didn't want you to realize or learn or think or know that I couldn't get you up that hill. And I was beyond what I could physically do, but I did it anyway. So forgive me because of my answer wasn't fitting for the occasion. Andrea asked me what her aura was, and her heart was just on fire, excited to learn. I told her, I don't really know. Let me think about that for a while, because I remember my lungs were burning. But Andrea, I felt your heart. It's just kind of don't bother turning off the lamp. I'll dim myself. You just dimmed, honey. You're the sweetest best friend. You're the most beautiful person in the whole world. Your dimming of yourself started with me. Alright, Brandon, we're at the 30 minutes and I know what you're gonna do. He says, what am I gonna do, Andrea? Brandon, you're going to tell me the color of my aura and what you see and feel from it. And I love you. He says, you're right. I want you to know what I've always known about you. It's time that you know. It's time that you know. Andrea, you are a field. A violet. A violet. Teals. Into yellows. Like a field of wildflowers. The purple is so bright, but it's a deep purple. It's the first one around your body. I can't even describe what this color tastes like. It's the stuff that makes your mouth water and drool for more of it. The next color is teal. It's a more green than blue. You know, after walking from the bus stop home on a hot summer day, or on a hot day, and seeing my pool, the color of my pool is so beautiful. It looked like pond water, muddy water, next to the color of your aura, the color of teal. Make a grown man cry, and make a man not grown yet cry. And then this yellow, this light, this bright yellow, this welcoming, this approachable, warm, life-giving, uplifting human being. Color is what a person first feels from you. And as they get to know you, they get closer, closer. When the colors start to change, I saw you. I saw through the yellow and the teal. Almost instantly, Andrea. You fell from my stairs and rose above your body. Do you think that was an accident? If you think that wasn't on purpose by us in spirit, you're crazy, girl. Andrea, that moment that you rose from your body and you were up stairs, above the stairs, looking down. Think back. That was your first validation testament that we're more than our bodies are. But what is it that you know right now that had never come to surface for you ever? This is the first time You're knowing something, but what is it? That you were with me, Brandon. Your spirit was beside me. Where was I beside you? Your body was on the right, but you were on the left. I didn't... Andrea, of course I was. I had bided my time. Hundreds and hundreds of lifetimes. Hoping for a glimpse of you. Don't short yourself, Andrea. When it's raining, put shoes on. If somebody calls and you hear something, let somebody else find the answer for you. They'll call you back. This was necessary, Andrea. You needed to know that your aura wasn't so dim that it wasn't visible. Like you've always thought for so many years. It just wasn't like that, honey. I couldn't breathe. My focus was just on getting up that hill. I just didn't want to fail you. The rest is history. The nightmare that you had shortly after my death. Or you could see me in the pool, under the water. I was, you were pulling my hand. I was reaching up but I was chained to the bottom of the pool and you couldn't pull me up. Andrea. You are not the cause of the shackles. You were there to pull me out. You didn't cause that. And your heart was broken as it always is. That you couldn't pull me up in time to get air. Andrea, do you remember anyone else around that pool trying to help me out? No. Andrea, it's because you were the only one trying to pull me in. And I love you. And I did sit in the chair in the corner of your room. Many hours. Looking at you and loving you. When I scared you, when you thought you saw me, which you did, I stopped coming because you were in enough pain. Andrea, get big. Get big and bad. Be brave. Not that you need any more armor made of steel. He says you're a strong barracuda. Really sharp teeth. Andrea, now that you know the color of your aura, I hope that it changes some things for you. like it changed things for you when I said, I don't know. As if you thought I didn't see what. You're set to get on the bus and go into life with your sunny delight and spirit of your best friend that's cheering you on. Accept my apology. Know that I love you. Cheerio. Brandon, that was so personal. I don't know that I can share this one. That was so pivotal. I don't even know to the depths of what that means to me right now. But I know it's big. 40 minutes of non-stop watching me cry. Okay. And you guys don't know anything about the relationship. Or what. This is not. It is about me. Okay. That's what this video has been all about. His visit was to remind me that it's not just about everyone else. It can and is about me too. I love you, Brandon. I love you too, sis. Hey, he wants to take me skiing someday. This was, what? Colorado. Okay. Oh, wow, that's crazy, Brandon. Sky high in Colorado. He says, swearing on a Bible, baby, I never leave ya. Thanks, Brandon. I'll see you later.